Hello everyone, Taylorson here, and welcome back to the Tour Auvergne Rhone Alps. We are now on stage 4, and after losing between 1 and 2 minutes to the GC contenders in the last stage, the team time trial, we are playing catch up. But it's a dangerous stage to do it. It's got mountains, but it is a flat finish, so we might be in a little bit of trouble compared to the sprinters. What we are going to do though is give it our absolute all today with Tobias Johannessen. And what we are also going to do is place Urienstad in the breakaway. He's gone with the first move of the day right from the flag drop, and there are plenty of good climbers in this move. We're not after the stage win if it goes all the way, but Urienstad is more a guy we can get up the road so that he can pace on the flat section after the final climb. So he's in with a very good group of Luc Plapp, Clement Berthet and many other good climbers. Valentin Paris-Pantra is there with a teammate, and it is very good that there are teammates up there because this means that the break is going to get dragged away pretty quickly indeed. While we're here in this break, we might as well pick up some King of the Mountains points because Urienstad is quite close to achieving that and taking it from his teammates Anders Johannessen, but there are plenty of good riders in this breakaway as we mentioned, and they are all going for the sprint now. We've taken it up from the front, which should mean that we've got a little bit more red energy than all of these guys. We just need to find a way through, and we do, but Georg Zimmermann just about beats us. To the 2 points, at least we get a consolation point for second place, but that's the first climb done and dusted. Second climb of the day then, and we are looking for redemption. It looks a little bit more suited to Urienstad with the flat section just beforehand, so with 2 kilometers to go, we are going to go to the front and try and put the big names under pressure. The likes of Steph Kras is up here as well, so Soudal Quickstep have 3 riders in this breakaway. Guillaume Martin is also there, so FDJ have their 2 best climbers up the road as well. We must be aware of that, as well as Mathis Lebert, who's already got King of the Mountain points before, but the sprints are being launched. We're going to have to try and hang it around the outside of everybody, but we do so, and now we can just sprint and use up all of our red to the line, see if we can hold everyone off, and we do, to get the 5 points that will move us into the lead of the King of the Mountains classification virtually. Next climb, it's only for 1 point, but we might as well try for it at least because we've won the last one and we are confident, but there are plenty of good punchers around us. We've seen Zimmermann beat us already, and I think he is the main threat for King of the Mountains points, but we'll see how it goes. They're letting us take it up from the front once again, 2 Astana riders in Tejada and Rodriguez behind us, but nobody sprinting for now, and there goes the sprints. I'm going to hold off and try and get in the wheels of some of them, but the wall is being formed, and I'm very concerned about the wall because that's a feature of last year's game that really annoyed me, but it's forming again, and I can't get past anybody. Valentin Paris-Pantra is the lucky guy that gets the win on that climb, but I think it would have been a very entertaining photo finish had we got one. Intermediate sprint is coming now, which means bonus seconds are on offer, and with Luc Plapp just over 4 minutes down in the general classification, he currently leads virtually, and if he can hold this gap, he will be in the yellow jersey by the end of the stage. So we're going to try and take seconds off Luc Plapp because he is one of the climbers that might be in and around us for the general classification, and we indeed do. Urienstad proving that he has better sprint than any of the rest of his counterparts. Onto the climb then, and the attacks have been immediately launched. A group has gone clear, and there is another attack now that has dropped Paris-Pantra and another Soudal Quickstep rider in Van Servenant, and this breakaway dynamic is now all over the place. I've been pacing, so they're not trying to attack to get rid of me. This is just a feature, I think, of the new game. The breakaways seem to be a lot more active in attacking one another, and some riders, like you saw Tejada just then, are going to go at their own tempo and see if they can try and chase these guys down. I am clinging on with my far inferior mountain and have taken my turbo gel just so I can catch up to the front. Off they go again. This time it's Clement Berthet that's launched, and Luc Plapp tries his best to get in the wheel. I'm deciding to stick with these 3, not out of choice, but more that I can't actually get forward because I've got no attacking stamina left. So I'm trying to stick with Zimmerman, Romeo and Lebert, but Lebert looks like he's starting to flag a little bit and I have to close that gap to Romeo's wheel. I'm just trying my best to hang on with my fingernails at this point. And it looks like, after a valiant effort, Urienstad is about to go pop, and indeed he does. Zimmerman bridged over to that breakaway, but he couldn't get towards Luke Plapp, who has then attacked him once again. Meanwhile, we are off the back, and are probably going to be caught by the peloton. Onto the descent we go with the peloton, and Urienstad is still ahead, so he survived the climb, and that is very important for us because we now have a lead-out rider that can help us on the flat to try and gain some time with Tobias Johannessen. And gain time we might, because Kevin Vauquelin has already been dropped off the tempo on the climb, and the group is now around 30 riders in the peloton, thanks to the pace from Decathlon CMA CGM and Visma Lease A Bike. So this could be a good stage for Tobias Johannessen. There's been a lot of trouble in the legs of the riders, and if we can surf the wheels correctly, we could really gain some time here. Here's the battle for the stage win, though. It's Clement Berthet who flicks his elbow now to Luke Plapp. Plapp looks across, hesitant to come forward, but does, and decides to elect to go for it from the front, and immediately he attacks. So he was clearly not interested in pacing Berthet to the line. Plapp has gone for an attack. Berthet cannot follow, or is setting his own tempo to try and save himself for a sprint. That's a questionable strategy, given it's an Olympic time trialist that he's trying to follow. The former Australian national champion Plapp has got himself a clear gap now, and is trying to time trial this one to the line. The best placed in the GC from the breakaway. The gap has shrunk slightly. Can he hold on and perhaps take the yellow jersey? He can definitely take the stage win. So Luke Plapp takes the stage win ahead of Clement Berthet in second. Georg Zimmerman has just crossed the line for third place, but now we are sprinting from the peloton with Tobias Johannessen, the likes of Wout van Aert here, Matej Mohoric, Peo Bilbao, Tom Schoens as well, and we're trying to catch them out early by going around the outside of Perstrand Hagenez. Van Aert just about gets to the wheel though and gets around us for the line, but is there a little gap that's formed? It looks as if so, actually. I suppose we'll have to find out by the time the results are printed, but Luke Plapp, his name will be at the top of the results sheet. He wins the stage with a great attack off the front. Clement Berthet, silly move, couldn't follow, and probably had enough stamina to try and follow the Australian as well, but decided not to and paid the price. Joao Almeida is still in the yellow jersey. The Portuguese rider consolidates it from the previous stage, but did he lose time? One thing I do know though is that there is a new polka dot jersey wearer, and that is Urienstad for Uno X. He takes over from Anders Johannessen, but we are going to give Johannessen another attempt to win that jersey back, because I feel a bit bad for sacrificing his yellow jersey on stage 2. There's the results in full then. Luke Plapp wins the stage from 7 seconds from Clement Berthet and 1 minute 38 from Georg Zimmerman, but have a look at the time gaps. We have gained 9 seconds on a group of Paris-Pantre, Van Sevenant, Lebert and Tejada, and we've gained even more on the likes of Joao Almeida in the yellow jersey. 25 seconds to be exact from Joao Almeida, and 21 seconds on Peo Bilbao, and we are the only GC guy, really, that was sprinting with the favourites, so that is a real coup for us to get some more time on the rest and close that gap in the general classification, and it is a gap that is now 2 minutes and 6 seconds to Joao Almeida in the lead. Wout van Aert jumps Ayuso into second place, Ayuso dropping down to third with Jorgenson fourth, and Luke Plapp in the top 5 from the breakaway. If you did enjoy this stage, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel, because there will be plenty of content coming out over this game cycle. I will see you tomorrow for stage 5 of the Tour Auvergne Rhône Alpes. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.